President Trump commuted the former governor's sentence today, but not everyone is giving him a pass.
That announcement started a lot of debate as to whether or not the president made the right call and why. WCIA3's Emily Braun is live in our newsroom tonight. Emily, you saw and heard a lot of different perspectives from people in central Illinois today.
Yes, and I'm sure many of you watching this at home right now did too. When we shared the article to Facebook, I went through hundreds of comments. And when I talked to people in person, whether they wanted to go on camera or not, it seemed like everyone had something to say about it. President Trump decided to commute former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich's prison sentence. That sent Illinois residents past and present into an uproar.
It's really the first thing he's done in the last 4 years that I disagree with. I think we don't have enough Illinois governors in prison.
Blagojevich had 17 corruption charges. He was convicted in 2011. His crimes included trying to sell an appointment to Barack Obama's old Senate seat and shaking down a children's hospital. He served 8 years out of his 14-year sentence.
I think he served his time well enough. I'm not bothered by this by any means.
But others are, and asking why.
My thoughts are that it's sickening. I feel like that decision was made for a reason, and that sentence should be played out the way it was intended.
People that are important have a real responsibility, and if they fail in that responsibility, they should pay big time.
Now that Blagojevich is out of prison, people are wondering what comes next for him. That leads to another heavily debated question. Do you think that he deserves a second chance?
Doesn't everybody deserve a second chance in some form or another? I think it's what you do with that second chance. You know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, and then it's kind of my own fault.
I think part of his sentence was that he wouldn't have a chance to ever come back and serve in any position, and how could we trust him ever to do that?
That last comment you heard was part of Blagojevich's impeachment terms. He may be free from prison, but he can never again hold public office in Illinois. But of course, he could make moves in the private sector. Jessica?
We'll have to see. Emily, thanks so much.